Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning and welcome to my weekly astrology forecast. My name is Alex of Coyote Star Astrology, and this is my forecast for the week of December 24th, 2018. If you celebrate Christmas, today would be Christmas Eve, and I think it's going to be an interesting holiday for a lot of people. We have just come off of a pretty intense full moon in Cancer a couple of days ago. Full moon in Cancer can be very emotional. Cancer is one of the most emotionally sensitive signs of the zodiac. It's about raw vulnerability. It can definitely highlight places where we have defenses in place, often as a result of childhood wounding. Cancer rules the fourth house of the natal chart. So when we do a natal reading, we look at the fourth house and the planets that lie within the fourth house, as well as the rulership of that house, to sort of color how the childhood was experienced. So during this full moon, we might have felt pretty sensitive or raw, and maybe even had some snappy defensive moments based on wanting to protect this place that goes back to childhood. So we're still kind of coming off of that energy, and simultaneously we have the sun now in Capricorn coming closer and closer to conjunct Saturn, which will be exact next week. But we're going to have that energy coming in all this week. Now, Saturn and Capricorn represent the archetypal father, which is very much the opposite of Cancer. It is about steady accomplishment based on good principles. It's about tradition. It's about working very hard and being the adult. So we have these two very opposing energies coming in around this Christmas. And as we talked about in the last video, we also have the South Node in Capricorn that the collective is moving away from as we all make the journey towards the North Node in Cancer. So I think that this holiday, for those that celebrate it, there's going to be, I think we're all approaching this holiday in a way, in a different way, based on all of the changes that have been happening on a micro and macrocosmic level regarding tradition and regarding the patriarchy and regarding our government. All these things ruled by Capricorn, which I think is a very good thing. I'm definitely not wanting to cast any negativity onto this. I think that it's an opportunity for us all to reevaluate what we're even celebrating, the tradition itself. I know that a lot of people are struggling financially, so showing up for this holiday in the way that they've perhaps done in the past maybe isn't possible, and then feeling the shame and the guilt around that, but then reevaluating what's really important. So I think that the tradition of the time itself is being totally re-examined, which is really, I think, representing what we're doing as a whole about everything right now. But yeah, as the sun and Saturn come closer and closer together, we also have Mars and Neptune moving further and further apart, which I think is a really, really welcomed, nice trade-off, because with Mars and Neptune conjunct, that's been a lot of this confusion and disillusionment and possibly hysteria that a lot of people have been feeling. When we have Mars and Neptune conjunct, the imagination can really run wild, and if it runs wild in the wrong direction, a lot of fears can come up, and there can be almost this like paralyzing effect where you don't really know which direction to go to, and you can fall really easily into some very strange thought patterns. So that's going to be dissipating this week. Simultaneously, the sun and Saturn come closer and closer together, which is this very grounded, real rational type of energy. I literally have a stack of not so fun paperwork that I'm going to go through next week. You know, a jury summons, a parking ticket that I thought I paid, but the card declined. So now it's late and I have to do all this, you know, to make it right. I got a speeding ticket last week right after I did my video about Capricorn and authority. It happened. So yeah, I have to deal with all of these very third dimensional, very solid, you know, rooted in reality type of things. And I think that a lot of us are ready to do that. I think that a lot of us are ready to finally start putting focused effort towards our goals. And that's really the beautiful part of Capricorn. It's about showing up for ourselves and getting the work done and putting in the hours and sort of not running off into fantasy, or rather harnessing the dream that we've thought up in our mind, but now actually applying it. And to really help with that, and I'm so excited about this is actually going into next week's report because it's happening on Monday, the 31st, but I couldn't wait to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it now. We have Mars moving into Aries. Thank God. So Mars has been in Pisces, which is great for thinking of lots of lovely things to do, but not super conducive to actually initiating them, because Pisces is the dreamer and Mars is actually at fall in Pisces because Mars is our drive. So it's kind of like trying to run through water with weights on our ankles. It's very hard to actually get things done. But Mars is at home in Aries. It rules Aries. This is like putting a freaking jetpack on. Like, it is go time. Mars in Aries is the warrior going after what it wants. So if you have been feeling confused or feeling sort of tired with all of this water, I think that Monday the 31st, just in time for the new year, is going to be that, jolt of energy that we need to really hit the ground running for the new year and implement all of these changes and start working towards our goals. And then we also have Venus sextile Pluto all this week, which will be exact on Friday. But I think that it's also another huge theme for the week. Venus sextile Pluto. This is a beautiful dance because it's a sextile. Sextile is a harmonious aspect in astrology between beauty and the beast. Venus being the planet of beauty and our values, the planet of harmony. And it's sextiling Pluto, the dark master teacher of destruction and karma and change. So these two are having a little dance this week, Beauty and the Beast. And I think that because Venus is still in Scorpio, she's still sort of sassy and having us look deeply into our subconscious fears and looking at our deep karmic contracts with important individuals in our life. I think that this week is going to be another layer of the transformation that we've been experiencing through the Venus retrograde in Scorpio period. So don't be scared, because I think it's actually super positive. I think that we can really cut any remaining cords to fears that are no longer serving us, that we really saw illuminated during the Venus retrograde. Maybe some, thought patterns. I know that a lot of us went through really intense shadow work around like literal nightmares in our subconscious coming alive in our day-to-day life that we've sort of had to battle. And I think that this week we can really see the culmination to a lot of that work because of this Venus sextile Pluto dance. I think I'm going to cut it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to reach out to me for a natal chart reading, you are more than welcome to do so. I will put my email down below. And if you have liked this video, please do give it a like and a share. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, have a safe week, and I will see you in the next video.